what's up? It's Sean Baligian.
What up? This is Joy Bell here on the Baligian and Bell Show.
Make sure you check us out on the Woodward Sports Network.
What up, though? What up? What's the word? This is the Baligian and Bell Show on the Woodward Sports Network. I am Corey Woods, filling in for Sean Baligian. And wait, hold on. Who the hell is this?
That boy back in the city. What up, though? I'm back.
Man, I guess they let anybody.
You know what
in
it
here.
was, man? I was in contract negotiations with Chad.
Here we go.
I was in negotiations, you know. I told Chad, I said, listen, Chad, I love the show. I love what we're doing here. I love the direction that we're going, but we got to make some changes.
What are them changes?
I said, listen, you want me to come back? I want to be back, but Art got to go.
Damn.
Art had to go.
Art had to go?
Art had to go. Hey, take it to the booth. And, you know, we went back and forth. We went back and forth for a while because he really liked Art on the show. But I told him it was a little too much friction.
Oh, come on, man.
It was a little bit too much friction.
So Art's a sacrificial lamb.
Hey, listen when I tell you. You can call him whatever you want to call him. He couldn't be on my show.
Oh, damn.
He couldn't be on my show.
Well,
you know? and so after going back and forth, he really drew a hard bargain trying to keep Art on the show. But we got a new producer. Hey, yo, take it to the booth. What up, Alex?
What up, though?
What up, though? So we got a new producer. We got Alex in, and you know, I'm happy.
Well, I'm glad that you got your way.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know, a happy, if anybody knows anything around this office at Woodward Sports, a happy Joik Bell makes for a happy whole studio.
Yeah. So we came back and you know what? And I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be back. Sean is out taking care of some business for the network. So I came back. I thought my brother was gonna be here, but shout out to Sean. He's out doing this thing right now. I appreciate everything you've done for the show while I was gone doing my negotiations, but now I'm back.
Hey, he's back, and you know, like he said, Sean's out taking care of business. So you know, I'm just
What's been
stretching
going
out
on,
and
Corey?
getting
Man,
comfortable.
Corey, I've been seeing you. You've been doing a good job, man. What's been going on? Talk to us.
Hey man, you know, just trying to hold down the fort. You know, I got big shoes to fill, so I'm just trying to make sure I'm here doing my doing my thing. You know, tried to make the Baligian and Bell show as fun as possible while he was gone. Even though a few people tried to throw me under the bus with some jokes, but I'll take care of that later.
I take it.
But man, you've been gone. We got to get this Joik perspective on some of the sports going on. And first thing we got to go ahead and dive into is, of course, the national championship. Before we dive into that, I have a bone to pick with you, Darren McCarty. Yes, I'm looking right at you. D-Mac has, you know, his Darren McCarty pre-rolls there at Green Buddha in Ferndale. So, you know what did I do? I don't try to be no moocher. I say, you know what, I'm going to support D-Mac because D-Mac supports me. I'll go on and go do a D-Mac pre-roll and forgot to place my bet against Baylor on the money line and the under. And, yeah, lost out on about $900, but that's neither here nor there. But, yeah, last night, if you guys living under a rock, Baylor won the national championship, 86-70. Not what many people expected. Everybody,
it wasn't close in
It wasn't close. It wasn't close. It was an ass whooping early on. Like I was watching the game and like out the gate, Baylor was 21-6.
Yeah, you know what? It was funny because I turned the game on, and yeah, that's the look because I didn't catch it from the beginning. I came in like around middle of the first half, and it wasn't close at all.
Yeah, I was watching it early on. I just like dropped the ton of bombs.
I went to sleep.
I mean, I don't blame you. How could you finish the game?
It was over.
It was over before it started.
Yeah.
Jalen Jalen Suggs for for Gonzaga, he looked good, but so did the national champ, Jared Butler.
Yeah.
Shot 22 points. Him and Jalen Suggs for both of their teams had 22 points, but what really killed them was the thing that everybody thought was going to do Baylor in. Baylor lives and dies by the three. And yesterday, they lived by it. Shot 43.5% from beyond the arc. Gonzaga was 29.4%. And it was just, it was an onslaught. It was really not much you can take from that game.
Do you think that's what kind of separated them, that their field goal percentage from the game? Because when I watched it, it just seemed like the energy was different. They had more energy. They were playing better defense. Just Baylor was all around just defeating Gonzaga. It wasn't close.
I also think that Baylor got sick of hearing that, hey, unless we nail our threes, we can't win. No, that wasn't the case. Baylor, like you said, Baylor came out with the energy. They came out on the mission like, hey, we're going to take it to them early and make them respond to us, because normally Gonzaga is the team that punches first. They've been the one punching people in the mouth before everybody else. Baylor just said, okay, now we're going to give y'all a taste of your own medicine, and on top of it, we're going to stop y'all from having a perfect season.
You know what's crazy? It's they have been so used to playing ahead that when they were behind, there was something they weren't used to, and you can tell how they dealt with adversity by them being behind and not being able to come back. They can't handle adversity well.
No.
And I kind of saw that for the first time last night.
And that's what I thought was going to happen to Gonzaga early on before even getting to the national championship, because I said all season, who did Gonzaga play really? In their season to have this undefeated record, I didn't see who they knocked off of that was just like, oh, okay, they're the real deal. But watching them in the tournament, they did look like a well-oiled machine until they went up against apparently a better well-oiled machine.
Yeah. It was but all in all, I give kudos to Baylor. They went out, they played a great game. They played an amazing game. Gonzaga, the go back home, losing in that fashion, that will leave a bad taste in your mouth until next year. And so for the players that are coming back next year, they need to have this in the back of their mind throughout this entire offseason training. They have to have it in their minds this entire offseason. I'll tell you this, and I'll give you an example. We lost that Cowboys game in 2015. Mm-hmm. That entire offseason, I trained. After I had my surgery, I trained with that game in the back of my mind.
Okay, so glad you mentioned that, because this was not an initial question, but athletes do have those games in the back of their mind that when they lose those, it sits with you.
It's a bad taste in your mouth, for sure. If you're a competitor at the highest level, mm-hmm. That's always going to be something that sits in the back of your mind. To lose a game that you should have won.
Yeah.
You might not have played your best, but you had an opportunity to win, and you feel like the game was stole from you. Those games sit in the back of your head, especially when you have no more opportunities. Because the NFL is different from the NBA. You don't have as many opportunities, right? And this year we have one more opportunity now to make amends with them moving the games from 16 to 17. But, you go to an NBA season, they have over 80 games versus a season where you have 17. Come on. The opportunities are slim to none. Yeah.
Well, we could talk all about Baylor and Gonzaga. Wasn't really much highlights from the game. You're watching the national championship, and you're expecting this to be some major spectacle, an epic showdown of all types of proportions, and it definitely wasn't that. Has there been a game that you were it was build up so much excitement, and then once you got to watch that game, you were so let down, just like last night? Was there a game that sticks on your mind?
That's a good question. Any sport?
Any sport.
Any sport. Yes, the Super Bowl.
Ooh, that's almost yearly.
Super Bowl.
This past one?
This past Super Bowl.
Okay, yeah.
This past Super Bowl.
I made a stupid bet on the Super Bowl and won. I made a bet I shouldn't have bet. I bet, and it's within the. It was within 21 to 22, 21 to 25 points. I bet that the Buccaneers would beat the Chiefs. I had no business making that bet. I bet $35 and won $375.
You made that bet.
I made that bet. I was when it was in the,
You know what though?
And
It's not a bad bet.
bet.
No, it's not a bet. You know why it's not a bad bet? Because you never bet against Tom Brady. That's why it's not a bad bet. You never bet against Tom Brady. The closest game that Tampa Bay had throughout the playoffs, in my opinion, was against the Redskins.
Okay, yeah, the first game.
The first game. That was the closest game, and I didn't think the Redskins would be that close, but actually they played Tampa Bay the best.
Yeah, which is odd because everybody else didn't stand a damn chance. But yeah, that was I can agree with that. I'm trying to think. I will stay with the Tom Brady as far of a disappointing game, and it was actually kind of interesting. The Lions have that quarterback now. The Patriots-Rams Super Bowl, I was totally let down by that.
You were.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be some super high-scoring affair, but I didn't think it was going to be only 13 points scored by freaking the Patriots in that game.
No. No, absolutely not.
But you kind of brought up, what?
Because it's a couple of things that we have to talk about. Because I haven't been here, and this just came out, and we got to talk about this because you have some codes that you never break as a man. All right.
Okay.
All right. It's man code. It's some things you don't do, and some things is just snake worthy. Right. It's snake worthy. Snake worthy.
I think I got an idea where you're going with this.
Yeah, we do. And so I want to talk about that KD and Michael Rappaport situation. But we're going to talk about it when we come back. Make sure you guys tap in. Stay tuned. Right after this ad.
Interest rates have started to fluctuate, so now is the time to call Hall Financial. You don't know what is going to happen, so be smart and make the right call now while rates are low because you could be saving money. Hall Financial is fast. They do all the heavy lifting, so you don't have to. Go to davidhallmortgage.com now to get started. Hall Financial, lower payments, better options, more personal attention. Back to the Corey Woods and Joyce Bell Show.
Yo, what's going on? This is back. Y'all back. We are back with Baligian and Bell. Corey Woods here with Joyce Bell filling in for Sean Baligian this week while he's doing some things. Man, you brought up the snake. He brought up something snake-worthy, and I kind of knew where he was going with it.
Yeah.
Gotta talk about KD versus Michael Rappaport. Joy, before you get into it, I gotta say, I was so disappointed by the whole scenario and how it even came out because I felt that was something that should have stayed directly in those direct messages.
No,
it shouldn't have. We should not be talking about it.
We shouldn't be talking about it, but we are, and we're here now. Right, we're here. It's certain things that never should happen. All right, understand the DMs that were going back and forth between Michael Rappaport and KD, Kevin Durant. It happens when you get into a heated discussion, right? You're going to have these heated discussions. You have two celebrities. It's not hard for you to get in contact. If I'm having an issue with another person, I'm not going to sit back and forth and have a conversation in DM. If it's that heated, I'll get your number. You'll get my number. We can hatch it out over the phone. And if it can't be hashed out over the phone, and then we can take the next steps.
Shoot the fair one.
We can take the next measures. We can handle it however we can handle it cordial. We can handle however we want to go about it. Ain't that what Moneybag Yayo say? Yeah.
Hey man, I like what my man said on what was that the Mac. We can settle this like we settle this. We got some class. We can get this in some gangster shit.
Yeah. Okay. Exactly. So, but that conversation they had, Michael Rappaport should have retracted and said, listen, man, this is not going in the way that it should be going. Let's step it back. I'm gonna block you. You block me. We don't gotta talk. You don't screenshot messages between you and another celebrity, and then you go and you post it online like some soft what? That's snake. Like, you a snake, bro. Like, I follow Michael Rappaport. I
was
like
cool
him.
with Michael Rappaport
him.
between he was funny to me.
And then come back and he apologized for doing it. He said he should have handled it differently. But it's too late. You did the damage. You did the damage. That's like having locker room talk and doing some, what was it, D'Angelo Williams, where you're recording a conversation in the hotel room and then posting it, and then now you lose all credibility with people around you. You lose credibility. But, you know, you're a celebrity. People know who you are. And by you doing that, not only did you cost this man $50,000, like, is that what you really wanted to do?
Well, you know what he said. He actually came out with some words on Friday on Michael Rappaport. Here's what he said. I feel bad. I feel bad about it. Short is what he said after, you know, KD got fined. When I feel bad about it, I feel bad about my involvement in the situation. I feel bad that it's gotten this far. I met him one time. It was cool, cordial. I'm a fan. I met him as a fan. Now here's where he said the whole thing has gotten way more attention than I thought it would. Okay, first off, this is where I call bullshit. Michael Rappaport, first off, how can you say you feel bad about it and feel bad that it's gotten this far when you're the guy who leaked the damn messages? That's one. For two, this has gotten way more attention than I thought it would. You leaked.
What do you think is going to get? It's Kevin Durant and it's Michael Rappaport. And for you to not know your stardom or your fame is horse. It's
no, you can say it's horse shit.
Yeah, it is. like flat out, plain and simple. That, like I said, that's snake worthy. You a snake. You slithering. Like, don't. Now, no one will ever DM him again. Nobody will ever DM him.
He's cooked. Is
that cancel culture? Like, they still doing cancel culture right now? He canceled.
And the thing about it is,
I got to unfollow him. I had to unfollow him.
And it was crazy. Is he had a decent following for a C-list actor?
I mean, he's a comedian.
Yeah, comedian. I think he's I think he's more known for his directing and producing. He's done a few documentaries.
I think he's known for his hackling.
Mainly known for that.
He's known for his hackling. Like, I started to follow him because of his hackling. Right? Yeah. And you know, that's how I started to follow and kind of keep up with Michael Rappaport. Right. But it's what he did. That's not what a man.
And what I found was very hypocritical. You spoke of his hackling. Mm-hmm. He got on KD for using the same exact language that he uses against other celebrities and athletes while doing that hackling. Yeah. So how are you going to throw a rock and then turn around and hide your hands? It was whack to me. I'm like, you of all people, you're leaking these messages.
Yeah, I mean, it's all word. It's all wordplay, and for all the heckling that you do, you can't take people talking back at you. What they say, if you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen.
I mean, I guess
So from here on out, you're not gonna heckle anybody else. That's what you're saying. I'm not about to. Yeah, you apologize for being in that situation. No, shut up.
He's ruined his rep more than he was starting to come back into mainstream a little bit more due to the hackling. He was starting to get his name back out there, but he totally just set his own self back with that move. And again, like you said, I don't know who else is going to be able to want to do any kind of work with him. Have you ever seen any type of scenario like that where somebody put out some information that they shouldn't, and
I haven't seen it to where you have two people of that caliber when they're putting out each other's DM. Like, I've seen it in the hip hop culture where you might have some female artists who might be going back and forth in the DM, and they might do it, but like okay, that's female stuff like
Yeah.
that. They do that, you know.
Being
It's
catty.
right? Being catty and you know, it's more. I guess it's more normalized in that
Yeah.
in that field. That's not normalized with people of that caliber.
Yeah, I mean,
I haven't seen that. With
I will say this. I do know. I'm not gonna put his name out there. He probably watching the show. I know of some people who screenshot messages and hold them for ammo, and ever since I found it out, I'm careful about what I. Hey, call me, bro. I ain't texting you. Call me, cause you might catch me on the wrong day, and I ain't about to let what I slip out come in the DM, and you come back years later. Hey, Corey said this. Or,
Corey said that. Corey did this.
Nah, I'm screw
It
that.
happens, bro. It happens. It sucks. You know what? But it takes a lot of energy not to trust people. All right. I trust you to be who you are. You know. And when a person plays his hand, you got to take it for what it is. If a person show you who they are, trust them to be who they are. All right. And now it takes too much energy not to trust people.
So who do you think this did more damage to, Michael Rappaport or Kevin Durant?
Michael Rappaport. Hands down, point blank, period. Now, I'm not condoning what KD said by any means, right? I'm not condoning that. But at the same time, what he did was snakish. Like no legs, no arms, just crawling around, slithering around, just snake worthy. Like it's like I said, I don't follow him. I can't follow. I don't want to hear nothing that man has to say at this point.
What is now we know leaking those DMs like he did, that's against the man code, the bro code. What are some other things that, you know, some of our followers who may not know, hey, I didn't know that was against the bro code. What are some other things, in your opinion, that you think go flagrantly against the bro code? Like, you should know this off rip. This is against the code.
You know what? There's a lot of things.
I'm gonna say one. I'm gonna start off one. Look at me, pillow talking. Pillow talking is definitely against the code.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of goofy stuff though. You have a lot of people that's on that goofy time, and so you let them be on that goofy time. You let them, but like I told you, you can always trust a person to be who they are. So if they want to do that, if they on that goofy time, you put them over there and you let them stay over there, and even if it's other things outside of pillow talk, you let them stay over there with it, and then eventually it's gonna expire. It's gonna expire, and then when it expires, you just you wash your hands with it. You know, all that goofy time has an expiration date.
And we got some of the comments in here. Jenna says no negative vibes for Joik
at all. Jenna, what up though?
Steven there said Joik had to hit the unfollow button.
Had to hit the unfollow button. You can't follow snakes, man. You are, you know, and then at the same time, you have to watch the type of things that you allow to go into your go into your inner matrix, right? So it's no negative thoughts.
I like that.
Yeah, it's no negative. There's no negative thoughts that's going to enter my inner matrix, and so yeah, I try to stay clean. I try to keep my energy clean. That's why we had to get Art out of here, you know.
Oh damn!
Hey, that's why we had to get Art out. Hey Alex, what up though? Hey Alex, how do you feel back there? How's that? This is your first day doing the Baligian the Bell show, correct?
It is, yeah.
It is. So how does it feel?
It feels great to be in the presence of a former Detroit Lions running back, and as well as Corey. I really appreciate you guys let me have the opportunity. And
hey, loosen up, Alex.
Hey, I'm just trying not to mess up over here. I know you talked to me before the show.
Hey man, hold on. No, Alex. This is not the same Alex from back in the room when we're talking trash.
Yeah,
you know,
right. He's back here. I'm happy to be here and upright. I'm here and.
I mean, do you need a shot of 8 Mile?
It wouldn't hurt.
All right, you know we got some 8 Mile for you.
We're gonna give you a shot for real. You gonna take a shot?
After the show.
After the show?
I'll have a reason to
good.
celebrate after
They're trying
the
to
show.
set him up.
man, because I already
Trying to set him up.
He's like,
Yeah.
I'm here. No, come on, man.
I'm definitely a little tense right now. I'm trying to.
Here we go. Hey,
I'm trying to do my job.
Hey, it's about that time. We're overdue for a break. But have I told you about Northwestern Tech? Northwestern Tech started a new career in an industry that is always essential, the heating and cooling industry. Learn more today by visiting northwesterntech.edu. Be right back. Drake Bell, Corey Woods.
Morning, Art. Morning, D-Mac.
Here we go, and we're back.
Uh-oh.
What's up? Drake Bell and Coy E. Woods.
What up?
Here with the Baligian and Bell show on this Tuesday morning, this beautiful morning. It's supposed to be 70 degrees today.
Yeah, and I'm the idiot who wore a hoodie. I'm over here smoldering.
No, our air is back on. You got some air conditioning in here. It is a little hot, though.
And then you say it's Turn Up Tuesday?
It's Turn Up Tuesday.
Turn Up Tuesday.
Turn Up Tuesday.
Got the 8 Mile vodka here. I'm going to be turning up later on.
Yeah.
So, the kind
Matter
of
of fact, where's the Crown Royal? I know I don't drink, but shit, I like to have that Crown Royal and some scotch up here. Give me some scotch or some Crown Royal.
Crown Royal
some
is my friend.
Something.
Crown and Coke is my fraternity drink.
Crown Royal?
Yep.
Hold up. What did you pledge?
We're or what?
No, what?
Kappa Alpha Psi.
You a Kappa Alpha Psi?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Just like you.
You
Just
a
like
noob?
just
You a
the-
noob?
Yeah, just like your boy Armand.
Mm-hmm. Just like on mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That motherfucker.
Put your noob up. Put your noob up. Put your noob.
What you mean? You mean you shoot the yo?
Hey, hold up, man. I really want to see him stroll one time for the show. I didn't know you were a noob.
Yeah, I made Armand.
That's how you met on mine?
Yeah, I had a hand in his bringing in to the fraternity.
Oh.
That's the PG version.
That's the PG version.
But yeah, you me strolling, that happens once a year. You may never see that.
Okay.
Because I don't do it.
You don't have, so you don't got your stroll, you don't got your cane, you don't.
I got a cane. I do all that. I just
you
don't.
never sit around the houses boards or grab a cane during quarantine, just hit a little bit.
Yeah.
Huh? You still
Most
got it?
definitely. I definitely got to get the,
You still
I
got
was
it?
never a real big twirler, but I always got to, just keep the fingers ready, just,
gotta keep the fingers
keep
ready.
the fingers and the shoulders
That's
ready.
what she said. That's what she said.
But hey, since we stand on athletes and social media, let's get into your man's. Paul Pierce was there. They're saying ESPN and Paul Pierce parted ways. That's code word for fired. Good to see that they use parted ways for him. He's used fired in those cases. But Paul Pierce and ESPN parted ways over his
So
Instagram activity.
okay, exactly. So give me, because you guys, we have a Woodward Sports Network group text message where we go back and forth about certain things. And this happened to come up, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't look at all of the messages on there, but I happened to catch your glimpse of something you said on there. Where do you feel he should have been fired?
I just wrote an article about this morning too. I feel if I were Disney, yes, I would have let him go. Now, here's why I'm going to let him go. I'm not letting him go because he was smoking, drinking, and partying with strippers. Whatever you do in your personal time is none of my damn business. But he represents Disney, ESPN. Disney is a family company. Now, I worked at Disney on a very, very much lower level. I did 2 stints as a college program participant. When I was working at Disney, we had these were legit rules. Smile. If I did not smile, I was getting written up. Don't embarrass the company. Paul Pierce embarrassed the company. So when you piss off Mickey Mouse, it's not going to be a good day at the office. So in that confines, I'm like, yes, they made I don't want to say if somebody deserved to get fired. I would just say I understand why he got fired.
Okay.
How about that?
Okay.
I wouldn't have put it on social media.
All right, now, and this is my second question for you. And think about this: he's in that same situation, and and somebody else is recording, and they, he's in the background playing poker with the boys, the strippers there and smoking, does he still get fired if it's not on his?
Probably not.
Do he get let go?
Probably not. He might. If anything, he might. If it was somebody else and he just happened to be there, it's so many different ways he could have spun it. Hey, I was doing this, dropping something off. He could have lied and got out of that.
He's sitting down playing poker with the blunt in his mouth, with the stripper giving him a massage on the shoulders. And
he might have been able to. He might have been able to get away with.
Give me what? How would you?
He might have been able
I'm looking in the crystal ball, doing my Sean Baligian. I'm looking in the crystal ball. How will he try to spin that? You give me it.
I'm just saying. I don't know. Maybe Paul Pierce, he goes away from being the truth and becomes the lie.
Was he doing something illegal?
You never know. He could say, "Hey, I was smoking CBD." You never really know.
Yeah, right. Was he doing something? Even if he was smoking weed, is he doing something illegal?
Just again, he did it himself. I think that's what
he did. What himself? What did he do illegal? I'm not saying I condone his actions.
Yeah.
I'm saying he should not have been. I mean, in my opinion, I don't feel like he should have been let go because he wasn't doing anything illegal. Now, do I think that's a good representation of the company that he stands for? Then, in their opinion, no. But I'm pretty sure that it's other people that might be above him that do the same thing he does.
But they didn't put it on. Social media.
Right, they didn't, and that's what happened. Do I think he should have been fired for it? No, I don't think. I think probably suspended or something and come back later. But there's been people who've done a lot worse things than that, and that's part of the reason why they said we didn't fire him, but we went our separate ways. We parted ways.
I will say, I think one thing that may have tipped the scales is COVID. Regardless of whoever else is there, he's, and regardless of
how they didn't do any testing before they came in there.
You never, you don't know. You
they
never
could have
know.
had the same way you go into a restaurant, they take your temperature. Everybody probably got their temperature took before they went in, but we don't know that.
We don't know. They just gonna, again, it's all I know is just off of being there. Just Disney going Disney.
Hey, and if somebody from this network were to do that, you think they'll get a promotion or you think they'll get let go?
At this network?
At this network.
Shoot, probably become part owner.
Probably become part owner. Hey, Paul Pierce. Hey, feel free. Come on down. Come on down, Paul Pierce. We got a spot for you right here on the Baligian and Bell Show.
Might become part owner and get a show, low key. Because I mean, but thing is though, this is Woodward Sports. That's Disney. Disney is such a different. It's a different beast. It's such a different.
I don't want to
beast.
get into Disney. I don't want to talk about Disney. I really don't want to get into Disney. How I feel about Disney, but cool. we cool though. But they put out. They have their. They have some great marketing skills. So.
To say the least.
Yeah, to say the least. They have some great marketing tools. So we'll leave Disney over there. I don't want to talk about Disney, but he did get let go. And Paul Pierce, if you need which you don't need, I'm pretty sure he's well off. But just know that if you ever want to come down here to Woodward Sports, let's have a talk.
Now, I want to ask you this, because I've seen this in a few social media posts about this. People are saying that Paul Pierce intentionally got himself let go from ESPN to make a parlay for a bigger move. I disagreed with that.
This is the thing I don't agree with. Now, what people don't realize, and we can fact check this, but him being there at that particular time doing that on his son's birthday. Now, I understand it might have been that night, so they might have had like the party during the day
and whatnot.
And then he went out with the boys that night because his son could have been asleep. Yeah. But even to do that, being married with your wife at home is disrespectful. You can't do that. You can't do that. Unless they cool with it. I don't know the relationship. Different strokes for different folks.
You know what? I didn't even touch on the wife aspect in the story because I was like, who knows? Maybe him and his wife going through a separation.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. We don't know. We're not about to speculate anything. Like I said, different strokes for different folks. That might be something that they don't care about. I know some people who just they don't care about that. They cool with it. Fish, what up though? Let's go to the aquarium.
Paul Pierce, he got an offer from Cam Soda to do an NBA show with exotic dancers. I don't know if any of you guys saw that.
It was a bigger move.
So he got fired, and then he got an offer.
So was it a bigger move? Was it a bigger move, Fish? What's that contract looking like?
Well, he has to accept it. He got an offer. And I'm assuming he's going to accept it.
That's from who?
Cam Soda.
I don't think he's going to do Cam Soda.
Well, he gets to do an NBA show with exotic dancers.
You got to feel Joy know what Cam Soda is.
What's Cam Soda?
Cam Soda is apparently like an adult live cam site.
Yeah, it's an adult live cam, basically. It's porn over the internet.
So,
that's what it is?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Is it like a Pornhub?
It's like an adult. It's like Pornhub, but strictly just for live cam. Like during the tournament, they were offering free Cam Soda accounts to the NCAA players because they were in the quarantine.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're going here. That's what we're getting offered now. We do one live with some strippers in the background, and we're getting contracts to go do porn. That's what we're doing. Well, you know what, man? Hey,
I ain't mad at it.
Hey, man, I'm not mad at it. Hey, go do your
now.
Thing. So hold on. So what would that entail? Would he have to participate, or was he just?
I'm just thinking he just has to have the badass strip. Oh, hold on, you got more, Fish?
He got a $250,000 offer.
From Cam?
Yeah, from Cam Soda.
And what would the job entail? Does it have like the job description or what he'll be doing?
Well, he'd be hosting an NBA show with exotic dancers.
Oh, so it'll be something like
so
this.
He'd probably he'd probably talk NBA, and he'd have a stripper on the left and a stripper on the right, maybe someone twerking behind him.
Oh, throughout the entire game while he's announcing. That's a big drop off.
Well, I don't know if
That's a big drop off.
That's a big drop.
That's a big drop.
So let's go watch the Brooklyn Nets.
I'm about to go from ESPN to having strippers twerk on me, and I pop out.
Now listen. We have Steven. Let's go to Facebook real quick. Right. Steven said that Pierce would go to Fox. Has there been any talks about Paul Pierce going to Fox?
No,
I haven't heard anything.
Not that I've seen, but you know what? I could see how that would be the move. Generally, when somebody from ESPN or Fox gets let go, they jump to the other side.
Yeah, Jenna said, I don't see Drake or Chad being those kind of guys. No,
I'm leaving that
us.
one
No.
Let me see. We got some more comments in there.
Now, a little bit of poker now. We'll have poker night. And I posted me, Chad, and the boys all upstairs in the penthouse, all playing poker, where I wiped them clean.
I'm glad I avoided that invite.
Wiped them clean. Chad's still salty about that, too. He was so mad. Yeah, he was hot.
Yeah, they asked me.
I rub it in, too.
I remember that was the episode me and Ant were filming Everything Is, and y'all asked me, like, yeah, you
coming to poker night?
And I'm like,
it's a friendly game until it's not friendly.
Yeah, y'all ain't about to take my little $5.
Because every time I win, I'm rubbing it in. I'm rubbing it, you know.
Every time? What is the maddest you've ever made somebody while taking their money from poker?
I made Chad very upset. And what it's the upset when like you look at him, you smile.
You see that face on the wrist?
And you see like, is this don't shut up talking right now. But you know, I made other people mad, but what they gonna do? Like, you gonna fight me? Like,
yeah, I'm straight on that. What you got?
What's up, Fish?
You want to hear from the Cam Soda vice president?
Why not?
He sent Paul Pierce a message. Dear Paul Pierce, I saw the news that you have parted ways with ESPN after you posted a video to social media of yourself with exotic dancers. Being that you are now unemployed, I would like to extend you a position at Cam Soda as our first ever NBA analyst. As our NBA analyst, you would be required to stream yourself live on our platform every weeknight and discuss happenings around the NBA. Inside the NBA, be damned. Here at Cam Soda, we champion exotic dancers, cam girls, and sex workers. we would be more than happy to accommodate your penchant for women, and you'd be free to stream with them while they twerk in the background and more. We'd be willing to extend you an offer up to $250,000. Get in touch with me and we can discuss details and hopefully reach an agreement.
They couldn't pay me enough. Couldn't pay me enough.
Oh man,
They couldn't pay me enough. I mean, to each his own. It's no way I can look my mom in the eyes. I just couldn't do it. It's some things I would do, some things I just can't do. These are one of the things where it's not even a silver lining. I just can't do that. Now, if they would have came at him and said, "Listen, we'll pay you $2.5 million to be on weekly talking about sports for an hour or two."
Might have to bite that bullet.
Oh man, nah, man. Cause you know what though, I have a daughter, so no, I have a daughter.
That's real. I respect that.
No, I have my little princess. She's not gonna see daddy like that.
You know, before I came here a few years back, you know, I was always a photographer, and I was always in the club scene. You know, taking all kind of. You've been to some of those spots, I'm sure. Things happen in Detroit clubs.
Yeah.
And
hold up. Now, let's not get on Detroit clubs.
Okay, clubs in general.
No. We can get on Detroit clubs. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I mean, have you ever been to Deja Vu?
Which one?
It's only one in Detroit.
Yeah, there's one in Detroit. The one in Ipsy, I'd rather not talk about.
We talk about Detroit.
Oh, yeah, I've been there.
You know what? I haven't been to that one.
Don't go.
Because it's like what I heard, like one way in, one way out. It's a death trap.
Yeah, don't go.
And so I was just like, no, I never.
Nah, don't do it.
Now I heard it's like, but no, real talk. I heard like the Sugar had like the best food. Like
They
people
do.
go there, and eat.
No, real talk. Me and my friend Trip we would real talk go to the Crazy Horse just for lamb chops. We wouldn't go see no strippers. We would literally go there to eat. Be sit right at the bar. Be in, get our lamb chops, get a drink, and be out.
Ain't nothing like some lamb chops and live entertainment.
But the thing is, I'm gonna be honest, that food was better than that live entertainment at the Crazy Horse. I hate to say it, but yeah. What do you have any?
Listen, Kenny. So Kenny Burke said so Drake wasn't on vacation. He was suspended for taking Chad's money. That was partially it too. That was partially right. That's partially true. I was out here taking Chad money. That's good. Drake and Corey, keep it classy. Jenna, we keeping it classy.
Jenna, we keeping it classy. Too bad.
I told you I have a princess. I wouldn't do it.
No.
But I wouldn't knock him for, I never judge anybody.
Yeah.
I never judge anybody. So that's the route you want to take. Hey, good luck to you.
That's coming through my train of thought. I'm glad you brought that back up. Yeah, I was doing my photography, and I used to see some things in the club, and then my little sister, she started growing older, and she called a hold of my website and started asking questions. And I'm like, and what really kicked it off was when she found out I was Delicious photographer. Because I was Delicious photographer for 2 years, over her house every day. So I had pictures of everything.
I have a funny story with Delicious. That's funny.
So I had pictures of everything. And she's like, my sister started sending me pictures. My mom was like, you see this? And my mom didn't trip. Because my mom was like, oh, you're taking this picture Delicious. But when my sister started to see it, I'm like, oh, crap. Kennedy started asking me questions. Okay, let me chill a little bit.
Let's scale it back. Real quick before we move on to the next, before we can have, you have a read, don't you, Fish?
Sure. If you want me to do a read, want me to do a read?
Yeah, because we're overdue for a break. Before we go on break, we want to get this read in.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
My bookie. Are your brackets busted? Well, they're never busted when you bet with my bookie. They have all the games you can bet any way you want. Parlay, straight, against the spreads. There are thousands of lines and prop bets on all the games. So do yourself a favor, get a head start by signing up today with the promo code Woodward, and they'll match your first deposit halfway up to $1,000. That's free cash credited to your account instantly on top of your deposit. The best part is you have the access whether you're at home or on the go. Visit the website online or go to your phone and go to mybookie.ag and use the promo code Woodward to grab yourself a deposit bonus. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie.
Hey, it's Joey from Woodward Sports, and I am here in downtown Fenton at Bridge Street Exchange. This place has so many amazing things for guys. And ladies, this is the hidden spot that you got to come check out. I'm talking thorough good boots, best boots ever. They have barware. They got the Stormy Cromer hats. They got Carhartt hats, a huge Carhartt selection. They even got Snoop Dogg underwear. So go check them out, bridgestreetexchange.com, and use the code word WSN for 15% off.
Yo, welcome back. This is the Woodward Sports Network. You're watching the Baligian and Bell Show. Corey Woods filling in for Sean Baligian. But hey, Bell is here.
I am right back like I never left. Hey, Sean, we miss you. Keep handling your business. We're waiting for you to come back. Just to kind of go back to it, can you tell us that deal again? And you said it's called Cam Soda.
Cam Soda.
How did they even come up? I'm really thinking it's like a soda, like a pop, like
they brought their fame came from really during that NCAA championship tournament. They were offering all of the players free Cam Soda accounts because they couldn't leave, during quarantine, and they can't bring no girlfriends with them. So hey, we'll get y'all live entertainment in your rooms for free. So
that's how they got big.
That's how they got their name out recently.
And so how did they even get in touch with the players, like the NBA players or college
players, NCAA college players?
And so they gave it to college players.
So it's like they put the news out there, and if you're a college player, you got to register the account with your school address. Once they verify you, you get your free Cam Soda account.
And the schools had no issue with that.
Now that I don't know.
So it's like
I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there.
So,
that's how they get
it was kind of like the Facebook when Facebook first came out. The only way you can get on Facebook was if you went to Harvard, and then they started to invite people from other universities, and you have to log in with your university account in order to get in.
That's when I called on because I was at what was that? I was 04 at Wayne State for my freshman year. And
04?
Yep.
Okay, I got there 05, and that's when I found out about Facebook.
Okay.
05. I found out about it 05 at Wayne State, and then I had a teammate, Darren Haynes.
He big now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he used. So he was the anchor at Sports Center, and now he's with I think a sports network in Washington. And I remember he played running back too at Wayne State. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, I knew he played on the team. I didn't know he played running back.
And so I remember we were heading to the library one night, and as
UGL,
Club UGL. We're heading to Club UGL, and as we get to the undergrad library, we're walking up to it, and he says, "Jork, have you heard about Facebook?" I said, "No, I haven't heard about it. Like, what is that?" And he's like, "You haven't lived yet. You have to get Facebook." This is what he said. And so I got a Facebook in 05, and I have not deleted my account since, even though I might not use it too much. I still have the same account. And so it's kind of hilarious that I still have it.
Man, that's almost the reason why I almost didn't make it out of my freshman year at Wayne State, because Club UGL and Facebook, it was like
what?
It was like crack when it first came out. Nobody left the library. Everybody was on Facebook. It was a wild time. So I mean,
I would go into Wayne State Library, and I would see guys in there who had no business
being in college.
Been at the university. They didn't even go to Wayne State. I'm like, how did you get into the computer without having a school ID and a password? Like, how did you do that?
You did have to swipe in there.
Yeah, you had to swipe to get in. Then you also had to have a code to get onto the computers. And so I would see party promoters in there. Like party promoters. But anyway, that's Wayne State. But anyway, I don't feel Paul Pierce should have been fired, in my opinion. But considering who he worked for, and having their standards, I can understand them parting ways.
Now, quick. What are your personal social media do's and don'ts? Like, do you because I have my own code.
Yeah. I mean, typical. Like I post me, my fam. If I'm going out and having a good time, I'll post it. But I wouldn't post that. And then I don't drink or smoke, so that's just, I don't got to worry about that, you know. But I mean, it's typical stuff, just stuff that makes sense. I don't really have a code. Just don't post no stupid stuff. Like, I'm not gonna post half-naked, shirtless pictures. You know, I'm not gonna have girls on my thing shaking their, like, that's just not what I do.
Yeah, that's not. That's
you know
your
what I'm saying? I
personal.
don't judge anybody else, but like, I just don't do that.
For me, Facebook has now come out with a great tool called Close Friends. Now, that doesn't mean when on my close friends I start going ham and posting, you know, weekend, you know, some wild weekends or anything like that. But for that, you know, certain amount of people, I may post certain thoughts or certain videos that are, you know, just me having fun.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was told by,
but you know, a close friend isn't really just used for like your close friends. Like, I have a close friend list, and everybody on that close friends list isn't a close friend.
Yeah.
But close friends, I use it for, it's more so like a, people I know who won't judge me for what I just posted.
Exactly.
That's just what it is. People who just,
it,
you can see this because I know you really won't judge me. That's kind of what it is. That's all a close friend is.
Yeah, and for me, you know, I post what I post in there, but I was told by a we
got a guest in. What up, Stick? Trying to sneak back there. I see you back. What up, though? Yeah.
I was told by a well-known black sports writer not too long ago, before I was trying to get my name in the game and whatnot. And
Stick, did you miss me? Did you miss me?
And I was asking for some advice on, you know, what I need to do. And the first thing he said to me was, stay off Twitter, stay off social media with what you do personally. Just keep it off. Don't put it on the net. Just you want to have fun, post your thoughts, cool. Or just certain stuff don't need to be on there. And took me bumping my head a few times, but I got the science now. Like, all right, this is not a. While I shouldn't be judged for this, it's not a good look for where I'm trying to go.
All right. I mean, and you know, and you have people that will hold that against you, and they have people like out there like that their only job. And you know what's crazy? That you have a lot of young athletes, you have a lot of young guys who might be in high school, and they don't understand the impact of what they post on Instagram or what they might post on Twitter, or they might try to make a burner account. But they need to understand that people are paid, right? People are being paid to follow every young athlete from a high school, college level, and people going from college to the professional realm. And it took me sitting down with a scout and calling somebody that I love that was going to college to play sports, and he had 3 accounts, but he thought we only knew of 2. He didn't know I knew about his 3rd account. And it took me sitting down with him and a scout whose job was to go out and do everything I said about going out and trying to find out everything we can about you, because when we're about to pay you millions of dollars, we need to dig into your background. We want to know everything about you. How are you going to be? Even going to college, you're going to be in our locker room for the next 4.5 years. What type of man are you? And so we're going in, we're looking at everything that you're doing. We're peeling back every layer of your life. How are you at home? I'm going to your high school. I'm talking to that janitor that you don't think we're going to talk to. How is this guy as a kid? Is he respectful? Does he treat you with respect? Does he shake your hand? Does he look in your eyes when is he respectful to the young ladies in the hallways? Is he respectful to his teachers? All these questions, these scouts and these recruiters are looking for people to give them any type of information they can about you. And it's so important that you watch what you post, you watch what you do, and you treat everyone with the same respect. Always. And so we have to have that conversation because people don't realize that. They don't. And so it's something that you got to be very cautious of, because if I don't see a person out going to the strip club and smoking, not saying that it's not illegal, y'all not doing nothing wrong, but when you see those people doing that, do you see those people get those big $100 million, $200 million deals, those max contracts, all of that? Now, they might go do that stuff, but they're not posting it. They're not doing it on a regular.
Yeah.
All right, you know what I'm saying? And that's your personal life. You keep your personal life personal. Because if you don't, it becomes business, and now it can mess up your ends. So you don't want to mess up your ends.
How many young athletes do you share that same message to on the regular?
Every young player that I come across and I'm able to have a conversation with, everyone. When I talk to young athletes, one thing I want to stress, keep the main thing the main thing. Always make sure that you're doing everything to make sure you can perform at a high level on the court, on the baseball diamond, on the hiking rink, on the football field. Keep the main thing the main thing. But also at the same time, realize that this is not going to be forever, and make sure you're making smart decisions with your money, like with your chicken, like making sure you're taking care of your chicken, make sure you're taking care of your body, and making sure you're taking care of your mind, which is the biggest thing. Make sure you're taking care of your mind. Make sure you're meditating. Make sure you're doing certain things where you can put yourself in a position to when you're done playing, you don't have to have your hand out like this asking for a handout when you're done because of the decisions you made while you were playing. And people don't realize, like, for instance, the way you treat people while you're playing is the same way they're going to treat you when you're done. I didn't realize that while I was playing, but like I told you, I always treated everybody with respect. I always made time for fans. I always made time for a little kid who ran up to me. I always gave back to my community, and it's great to be able to go back and see kids who, I have a celebrity basketball game I have back home, and I try to do it every year. I try to do it as much as possible. And what we do is we have celebrities, and we play against kids in our community around the surrounding cities. So we'll grab 2 seniors from each school around my hometown, from Ben Harbor to St. Joe, Lakeshore, Coloma, Eau Claire. We'll grab 2 kids from each school, 1 boy, 1 girl from the boys' varsity basketball team, and 1 girl from the girls' varsity basketball team. And we play each other, and it's fun, and it's a great time. And then when we, 5 years later, I have these athletes coming back and writing me messages saying that they will never forget that experience and they loved it. And now they're off playing professionally, might be playing overseas, or they're professional in something else. And it's great to see that, and for them to want to come back and support my nonprofit or my charity because of their experience that they've had with my charity and how it inspired them. So it's things like that that I feel like that's my purpose, to touch as many young athletes as possible. And that's one main reason why I started up my nonprofit for the youth. So pretty dope. Charity weekend coming up, by the way, too. We're going to have the Baligian Bell show down in Ben Harbor, Michigan, weekend of June 17th through the 20th, celebrating my diamond year, my 10th year anniversary, where we're going to have a lot in store.
I got to come up there. I think I've driven through Ben Harbor, but never actually, relax and chillax there.
Oh, man, it's beautiful, bro. You got to go. We got the west part of Michigan. The west part of the state of Michigan is the most beautiful part of Michigan as far as the beaches. Beautiful. Now, the big city is over here on the east.
Okay.
But the beaches, the water, the tourism, the resorts, is beautiful over there. You'll love it.
Yeah, I gotta check it out. Only thing I know is I'm used to, kick it with a chick that work,
You kicked it with a chick?
Yeah, that lives out there.
Yeah.
She's from there, not out there. I didn't go out there.
You had some leisure time with a beautiful young lady, and that's the way you were.
Leisure time.
You had some leisure time.
I'm gonna use that leisure time with a beautiful young lady. Man, you came.
Like Jenna said, you got to keep it classy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's super classy. I've never thought of that line, but hold on, I'm gonna throw.
I got you. That's why
I'm gonna write that down. But
that's why I'm here.
Yeah, I want to do something real selfish, real quick, because I know I've been thinking about it the whole time.
Yeah.
Alex, thank you for putting the camera on me, Alex. I gotta send this quick shout out to my granny, Yvonne Woods. Today is her 84th birthday. So, just going to give that quick shout out. Happy birthday, Granny. Hope you're having a wonderful birthday. I will come see you through the window later because she ain't not let nobody inside the house. with everything going on, it's like, yeah, you can look through me through the window. That's about it.
Yeah. Now, we talking about all the social media stuff. Ryan reaction is that deleted all of my social media in 2017. You know what, though? Social media could be a great platform to also market yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, the market. You can go. I go in there all the time. I'm on ESPN page. I'm looking at all the highlights. I'm on Sports Center. I'm looking at the highlights. House of Highlights. I'm on there. I'm looking at all the highlights from every sport on there. I'm going on there. I'm keeping in touch with Shannon Sharp and the Undisputed Show, and I'm looking at all these things on social media. So social media is a great platform to go get information, whether it's dealing with cryptocurrency, whether it's dealing with sports, whether it's dealing with seminars, things like that. It's a plethora of just information, right? It's a tool, like a gun is a tool, all right? A gun is a tool. It can be used to protect you. It can be used to destroy you. That's what social media is. You decide whether you want it to either help you or to destroy you. It's your decision. It's the person behind the phone. It's the person behind the gun that is dangerous.
And in the wrong hands, you can end yourself.
Yeah.
Like Paul Pierce almost did.
Yeah.
But I think he'll. I think he'll.
He didn't. I mean, he's gonna be
He's good.
Well off. He'll be fine.
He already posted a video of him smiling, saying, wait for the next play.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the end of the world, but I was talking to my friends. I said, look, Paul Pierce can do that, part ways from ESPN, and he's going to recover because he's Paul Pierce. Y'all, on the other hand, y'all can't do that.
We can't do that
because y'all saying this wrong. I want to see y'all go to your Fortune 100 to 500 company and go do what Paul Pierce did and see if you get hired from somebody else.
I want you to. No, I want to talk about that more though. I want to talk about that more. We have to take another quick break, and we'll be right back with the Baligian and Bell Show. Joyke Bell, Corey Woods. Stay tuned.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We're recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10 and a half months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
We back. Turn Up Tuesday. Oh, but anyway, yeah. You said you wanted to stay on this with Paul Pierce a little bit more. What do you want to say?
No, you were talking about people going into a Fortune 500 company.
Oh yeah. See, so I was saying,
you got to think. All right, I want people to understand this. All right, it's a difference between doing what Paul Pierce is doing in his position, and then a person trying to come up and doing what he did. Have you ever seen the movie The Gambler?
No.
Who's the guy who played Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah.
So he plays this gambler, and he's a good gambler, right? But sometimes he gets a little too aggressive, so he ends up getting in debt, right? And he goes out to this loan shark, basically, and the loan shark loans him the money. But he said, listen, I'm only giving you this because of your father or whatever. I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
He said, now, if you don't give me my money back, this is what's going to happen to you. He said, you're not in my position. I got FU money. I don't need you. I can do what I want to do. I got FU money. And so Mark Wahlberg, he goes out, he gambles, and he gets lucky and he wins. He wins, gets all the money he needs, pays off all his debt, and then the guy rides by him and said, I appreciate you paying me back. You want another loan? And you know what he said? He said, F you. Basically said, I don't need your money. I got my own money now, F you money. And so that's what it's called, FU money, when you can go out, you can do what you want to do, and people can let you go. They can fire you. You can part ways, however you want to paraphrase it, and you can walk away and say, I'm good. And that's where a lot of things comes into play when people integrity, when they're willing to do things they usually wouldn't do in order to get
a little bit of paper.
Yeah, a little bit of paper. But sometimes it's not worth you. And that's where people say, people sell their souls. Doing something that you usually wouldn't do to get money or for something else. And when you have that, that FU money, because you've done things the right way, and that's the difference between getting money, much money when you're 20 versus getting a lot of money when you're 60. It's a lot of, you have people who gain wealth over a period of time, and they learn what to do with that money because I never met a millionaire who never went broke before. Like, they go broke and they get it back. All the successful people that I'm around, they lost it, they got it back. They lost it again, they got it back. Like, it's once you learn the game, you know the game. And for me, I had to learn the game. Yeah. And then the good thing for me, I learned early on in my career, and I surrounded myself around people who were smarter than me, Corey. And they helped me get successful.
What's your message to those people who are not in the position to take those L's and bounce back? Like, there are some people like saying, "Oh, well, if it's over for Paul Pierce, I know it's going to be over for me." And I'm like, yeah, I mean, it may not be over for you, but at the same time, you're on the come up. You can't be doing that on the come up. You're not in that position yet to do that.
That's stupid. Y'all just made it harder for yourself. Y'all did. Y'all just made it harder. It's already hard as is, because the thing is, you have a lot of talent, right? You have a lot of talent. And it's, the sports media realm is very similar. It's very, very similar to the professional sports realm. It's very simple. When they find another talent, which is always going to be younger and better talent out there, that when they come up, you have people who scout talent for the sports media networks, and when they see these people, they go out and they talk to them, they have meetings with them, and they get hired, and then you kind of get moved out the way. Similar to you been older in your professional career, and they go out, they go get a young player to come in because you're out your prime, and you're out. That's how this game works.
On another note, is that why, kind of like in the same aspect of why athletes play hurt, because of that next man up thing? Like, don't want to.
Always next man up. Always next man up. Opening day, how was that?
Whew.
Opening day, I missed it. I missed it last week because, like I said, we were still in negotiation and Art was still here. But now that Art isn't here anymore, I'm able to come back. I'm able to enjoy myself. And like I told you guys, when you're done playing, the most major thing that you have to take care of is your mind. And he wasn't good for my mind when I was here. He wasn't good for my mental. He wasn't good for my mental.
I thought it was. Is it hot in here because of the studio, or you just spitting some shit? Fire. Opening day was. First off, opening day downtown was not opening day. It was a ghost town. It really looked like we were on lockdown actually downtown. Sure. Nobody was really in the streets. But if you were inside of Brass Rail Pizza Bar, where Woodward Sports was hosting everything, and you didn't leave there, you couldn't tell me downtown wasn't jumping. It was when the fire marshal comes by 5 or 6 times within a span of 2 hours. Yeah. That should tell you something about.
Because we were there. Woodward Sports was in the house. And when we're in the house, we bring the city out. Mention Woodward Sports to bring the city out. It's Jeezy if you didn't know.
It was a really good time. I called myself trying to eat healthier until Terry Foster just killed all those plans and left me high and dry with a pizza.
You don't eat pizza?
No, I eat pizza, but I'm trying to stop eating as much pizza. And so I tried to get a salad. And Terry, like, you can't eat no salad on opening day. So I'm like, all right, cool, I'm going to order a pizza.
So you got peer pressure?
Yeah, I got peer pressure.
So you let another man talk you from your waist?
You know what? On that day, I did.
No. You didn't get talked. That's what you wanted to do.
I wanted.
Yeah, that's what you wanted. Pizza. You just wanted somebody to kind of talk you into it, to kind of give you
You get me? But the thing is,
take responsibility.
I take responsibility for
your
it, but
action.
I thought that I was going to be splitting the piece with Terry and getting some game and information, about what I've gotten myself into and blah 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 blah. Turns out him and Art just disappear on me, so I'm stuck with a whole piece to myself, and I gave most of it away.
Yeah,
but
so are you trying to cut back on carbs and sugars and stuff like that?
Well, I just I'm trying to cut back on a lot of different stuff.
So are you trying to cut back on carbs and sugars?
Yeah,
it's funny. Speaking of, so this guy orders, what is this right here? From Birmingham roast.
But I got honey in there.
Hold it up for the. There we go. Birmingham roast. Come on down here and get this. What is this?
Raspberry iced tea with honey.
Raspberry iced tea with honey. Delicious. Come on down to Birmingham roast. We got everything you need right here.
But it was a great time. It was a lot of entertainment. If you saw some of the videos, especially the morning show, Stick had some fun with some rather interesting company. Hey, can you find that clip, Alex? If you can.
Yeah, give me a second.
If you can, throw it up. It was a very hilarious meme of Stick trying to get one of the bottle girls to speak into the mic. That was one of the most hilarious bits. But I hope that things are back to normal, because this is where you come in.
Right.
Granted, it was opening day. We did miss you there, but I could see you having Eastern Market very lit for the first home game this fall at Ford Field.
Off of Ford Field.
If we
do something at Eastern Market, I would definitely do my best to bring as many people out as possible so we can enjoy ourselves. I might even bring the grill out.
What?
I might even bring. No. We're gonna let Sean bring the grill out. We're gonna let Sean bring the grill out.
But you're still bringing your dishes. And
I'm bringing my dishes. We're gonna have a couple sides, and I'm gonna make sure I bring the sides. I don't know how Sean's side. He might put raisins in his potato salad. I don't know.
You know what?
He might put.
What? Okay.
I'm not gonna say you do that, Sean.
I got a bone to pick. Time out. What the F is with this raisins and craisins and sides?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah. Sean, you might not do that, and I might have just,
at Westbourne Market, I go there sometimes for the hot bar. Hot bar is pretty good, but when I see like raisins or craisins in some of those sides, I'm just like, you know what? I don't need my greens or anything like that with no fruit in it. I'm straight off that. That my granny from Fayette, Alabama.
My question to you: do you like homemade cranberry sauce in your dressing? Or do you like the can?
All right, I'm about to lose my black card. I don't rock with the cranberry sauce.
I don't eat dressing, so you're not getting.
Okay, all right, there it is.
I don't eat dressing. And people are like, well, you got to try my dressing. I just don't like dressing. I would eat it, but it's not a must have.
For me, it's certain sides that I don't like in general. Mm-hmm. But if my grandmother makes them, I eat them because I like the way that she makes it. Like I hate potato salad, but I love her potato salad. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Because I won't eat it anywhere else.
Here you go, Kenny. Here we go, Jenna. Kenny Burt, doubt it. Chad appreciates Art's hard work. He does sometimes, but he doesn't appreciate his hard work more than my hard work, Jenna. I want you to understand that. And Fish, you make sure. Let's make sure we get this clip of me talking about Art so I can post it so he can know where my heart stands and so he can understand why he's not here on this show anymore.
Oh man, these YouTube comments are going off. Yeah. Joik is such an alpha.
Who said that?
Ryan's reaction. Joik is such an alpha. Corey don't catch his meaning. Joik got that aggression. Damn. Now you got to quote. Going to let another man impact your choices. Joik. Yeah, I did. I let Terry go. Me. I own it.
Yeah. Let me see. BPA. C-Pace. Corey. With honey. With honey. Yes. He had to have a little bit of honey in there.
I need a little something there, but
you know what? I'm not gonna hold you up. I'm definitely about to grab me an acai bowl before I leave from Birmingham Roast.
That is your thing. I have never had one.
Yeah, you got to try it.
I'll try it.
Put honey on top.
All right. So let's get into this.
Let's get into it.
Tigers reliever Gregory Soto.
You got the video?
I saw it. And it's
get the video hot. Don't play it, just get the video hot. This is I just said don't play it. I said get the video hot. I said don't play it, and he played it.
It was just
good job. Good.
I said
on
hot. Standby.
On standby.
So all right, here we go.
Standby means get ready to play it when we say play it. You know what? Where's Art?
I'm sorry, Joey.
Hey, put the camera on Alex real quick. I want the people to see your face right now. Look at it. Look, that is the face of a person who just don't get it. All right, bring it back over here. Appreciate
it. Steven says Art sleeping on Joyke's couch as we speak.
No, he's not sleeping on my couch. He's not allowed on my block.
But no,
he's I got a restraining order. He's not allowed within 100 feet.
Damn, 100 feet?
Yeah,
Woo.
100 feet.
What the hell you do, Art?
Yeah.
But yeah, Detroit Tigers reliever.
100 feet after this show.
No, I might lift that restraining order after this show.
So Detroit Tigers reliever Gregory Soto. Apparently he had a whole bunch of errors in the game on Monday, but the dude, the one most egregious error he threw was a 9.2 feet high pitch above the plate.
Was that that was his very first pitch?
It was somewhere from I'm reading, it was somewhere closer to like the middle of the game, middle of the year. Hey, do you know where that was at, Alex?
He came on in relief.
Yeah,
so
he came on in relief.
So it was the top of the 8th inning.
Yeah,
the top of the 8th inning. The Tigers were trailing 15-1.
When did he come into relief?
Top of the 8th, I think.
Top of the 8th.
Well, that's when the error happened.
Right.
So
that's where he came. I think that was his first. I could be wrong.
Yeah, that's where he is. He came in at the top of the 8th inning while the Tigers were trailing 15-1, and
that was his first pitch.
Yeah, just Art. To say Art, Alex, 1.0. Roll that
clip. Oh, he sat back like he knew he messed up.
Now wait a minute.
Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me another ball.
Now hold on. Is that
if you look at
that Braves?
If you look at the people, they're not even watching until after he pitches the ball.
Yeah.
They don't even know what's happening.
Yeah, 15-1 at this point. Nah, with his braids, with his dreads, I won't say braids, his dreads are like that. I thought that was Sada for a minute. I mean, look at him. I thought that was Sada out there throwing the pitch. But what is your reaction to seeing that? Do you think it was his nerves?
Yeah. He was nervous. He was nervous. He trying to get the butterflies out. Because at that point, you're coming in, you're not even really, you want to get strikeouts, but your only job is at that point is come in and just get us through this game. Mm-hmm. Just throw strikes. If they hit you out, they hit you out. It really doesn't matter at this point. Just get us through this game, and to come out there and throw that pitch, which I hope it wasn't your very, very first pitch. But, yeah, it happens, though. It happens. You'll bounce back from it. You're in the MLB. You have some great talent, so you're not a terrible pitcher. I would never disrespect Major League Baseball player or any professional player because I'm not going to do that because you're at the top of the totem pole in your profession. So you made a mistake. You finished the game out. You did what you needed to do, but that's going to be with you, and they're going to make fun of you in the locker room, so get ready. It's going to happen. But, you're a young pitcher. You're still learning, so,
Jason Beck of MLB.com said that is the 5th highest pitch since the MLB started tracking them. The record is 10.92 feet. Now, that type of error, your A.J. Hinch, manager of the Detroit Tigers, is that type of error excusable?
In that predicament, under that situation, yes.
because they're already getting
They already getting
drilled.
And so it doesn't matter what he does. They lost that game. And so it's just a learning lesson for him. And I don't know if he might have had too much sweat in his hand and he was nervous coming in and he did that. That could have been that too. So, it happens. Things like that happen.
I remember in high school I had a stupid error when I was playing football. Now, I'm going to preface my comments by saying this. I had a dumb coach. I'm sorry.
You didn't have a dumb coach.
No, I'm sorry. I had a dumb coach because I was 185 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
First off, let me give a reference.
185 pounds they had you on the line?
Let me tell a story. I was 230 in my junior year. My junior year, I was 230 in the school year. During that summer, I knew I had to drop some weight, so I started running with my friends, and my friends were receivers. So I ended up getting from 230 to 185, and he still kept me on the freaking O-line. I got my ass killed. And one time I did was when I finally got in the game because I was getting killed on O-line. He put me in for a spell, and I made the wrong ass block and let my quarterback get lit up. Got my ass put right back on the bench. But I was nervous because, I ain't played in a minute. And he just trots me out there as 185 on the line. Now, question for you is, have you ever made a mistake while playing out of nerves?
Yeah, for sure. And so I'm going to tell you a situation I had. I'll never forget it. And it kind of threw me off. Before the game. We were playing the Panthers. We were playing Carolina. We were playing the Panthers. And the day of the game, I remember I was leaving and I had an alarm system on my house. And my alarm went off on my phone and somebody was breaking in my crib while I was gone to the away game. Somebody was breaking in my house and I saw it, and I can see the person in my house through my cameras. All right, so I'm calling the chief of police back here at Wayne State because they were the closest at the time police station to my home. So I told them get somebody over there ASAP. Somebody's in my house stealing my stuff. And so then I went to our security on the team and told him, listen, somebody's breaking in my house. I need you to send somebody to my house. And initially, when my alarm initially went off, I had my cousin in town, and she was doing a audition for a movie or something that was going on in the city. So I thought it was her. And then I realized, no, she said she was going to be there from this time to this time. So I knew it wasn't her. And so they sent someone over, and I'm at the game. I don't know what's going on. And I remember I'm in the backfield, and we're in the huddle. The quarterback calls the play, and I'm trying to focus on the game and keep, get my mind off of that. And I'm in the backfield, and the quarterback, he says, hut. And he doesn't snap the ball. I guess in the huddle he stayed on 2, but I didn't catch it in the huddle because my mind was just, and I fell forward, and I went to a 3-point stance, but I didn't move my feet. And the linebackers were pointing at me like, he just jumped offside. And they didn't call it because I didn't move my feet. And so we run the play. I come off the sideline, and my coach comes over. He said, Joik, where's your focus? And I looked, I said, Coach, that's my bad. And then after the game, I talked to him, and he saw what was going on, so he kind of understood.
Yeah.
But that was one time where my focus wasn't all the way there.
Now, you don't got to say their name, but have you witnessed a teammate or somebody in that same position where they got their nerves caught them and they end up making some type of error?
No, it wasn't the nerves.
Okay.
It wasn't a nerve. They was just off their ruckers, and they did something in the game that you never do, and they did it on purpose. and they were a young player, and they did it to a veteran. We're playing Tennessee. We're at home, and we're coming down. It's crunch time, and we have to go score this drive or we lose. So as we're going down the field, we call a play. This particular play, in practice throughout the week, this receiver this was designed for this guy to kind of get open. We get in the game. The guy that the play was designed for, when he goes to get in his spot, another receiver is in his spot. He said, listen, bro, you in my spot. You're not right here. I'm right here. He looks at him and says, go right here. And this is a story. This is real story. Why do I know it was a receiver? He looks at him again. He said, bro, I don't know what that position, I don't know what that route is. He said, go right here. He said, no. He said, go right. So he goes and lines up over there because our clock is running out. So we get down about 5 seconds. So he just lines up. They run the play. We don't get the first down. It was third down. I think it was fourth down. We don't get it. I feel like he comes back to the sideline. I see the receiver sitting on the bench, and I see the receiver coach running up and down the sideline. I see him. He's running up. I know what this is now. Hold on. Okay, shut up. I know. I remember because I remember that you said receiver coach. It was like, wait a minute. Yeah. And so I see the receiver coach running up and down the sideline. Infuriated. Like he was. I mean, if you had an egg, you could have cooked it on his head. He was running. He would never effing play for me ever again. He's running up and down the court. He said, "This mother effer, and this never again will he ever touch the field." And
that was his last time touching the field too.
Bro, listen when I tell you. When as I'm looking at how hot he is, I don't have any idea who he's talking about. And the receiver he's talking about is sitting on the bench like this. I know he talking watching about the game. So I like, yeah, he's too cool for him to be talking about him. Like he was sitting on the bench like nothing happened. Nothing happened. And so when the game was over, not even when the game was over, one of the other receivers came over. I'm like, what's going on? Why is coach going crazy? I've never seen him act like this before. He acting different. I ain't never seen you act like this before. I ain't never seen you act like this before. And so they tell me the story. And I'm not going to say his name, but the people here, they know who it is. I'm not going to say his name. But that happened, and the people, y'all said his name, not me, but never played again. And then, everything comes out, and we start hearing more and more about it. And it was, at the time, it wasn't funny because it cost us the game. Mm-hmm. But afterwards, it was. And then it wasn't again after we saw the things that he was going through. And he had some stuff. I remember we got some stories, and I'm not gonna bring it up because I'm not gonna say his name, but I remember when he got here, his sister would go to one of the veterans, was like, listen, I need you to watch after my brother. And one of the players was like, I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you. And grabbed his arm, said, no, I need you to look after my brother. And he was like, okay, I got you. I will. And he didn't know why she did that until after the fact. And so, we have another read coming from the aquarium. What up, though? What up, though, Fish?
What up, though, Joik?
What up, though?
8 Mile Vodka in Detroit is distilled in 90-liter batches to allow optimal quality control and care. They're carbon filtered, altered, and bottled at the perfect time to produce a subtle taste with smooth finish and a character all of its own. This is an exceptional premium vodka that can be chilled, enjoyed straight, or mixed to create an exceptional cocktail. Next time you're out Ask your bartender for an 8 Mile vodka or pick up a bottle at Meyer. And remember, always drink responsibly.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Yo, we are back. This is the Woodward Sports Network. You're watching the Baligian and Bell Show. Corey Woods filling in for Joe. Ooh, not filling for Joy. You're back.
Yeah, I'm back.
You're back.
I'm back.
Ooh, I'm filling in for Sean.
Filling in for Sean.
Messed it up. I'm not used to it.
And listen, he's filling in for Sean not because I negotiated Sean. I've been on the show. I love Sean. Sean's my bro. I need Sean on the show. I miss Sean. I just negotiated getting Art off the show. That was it.
Yeah, I'm pinch hitting for Sean while he's taking care of some things behind the scenes to make Baligian and Bell better.
Yeah.
But you've been gone for a minute, and everybody has talked about this one topic. And we're not the last one, but everybody has talked about this except getting your opinion on it. And you mentioned it earlier.
What?
The NFL adding the additional game.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I want to know what is it. So how many preseason games is it?
They dropped it down to 3.
3.
There's gonna be 3 preseason games, and they've added the 17th game. Apparently, they were a part of the CBA.
I'm not tripping off of that.
Yeah.
If they're paying us more, but they're not.
But apparently, they're not.
But they're not. But at the end, but
it's apparently what they negotiated in the CBA.
Yeah, that's what they negotiated, that they can execute it. Was it this year or next year?
Yeah, I think because they wanted to get it this year with the new media deal and get after the new media deal came through, they went ahead and executed it immediately. I thought that they should have waited at least a season or 2 before they added the 17th game.
Yeah, because they're bringing enough revenue, but I mean it was their choice, so they got what they wanted.
How would you feel if you were still playing and then you'd have been all right?
Though I wouldn't have cared if we were getting paid more, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to see how they handle the preseason now, because how it typically is when you have your preseason, your starters will play like the first quarter, the first half of like the first preseason game, and then the second game they'll play like the first quarter. Then you'll have some starters who might still keep playing through the second, and then the third game, basically the starters are playing most of that game, right? And then they'll bring in the backups like around the middle of the third, fourth quarter, and then the fourth game they sit out. They usually the starters don't touch. Like some might play, but for the majority they'll sit out. They won't touch the field. They'll put the younger guys out. Like, for instance, when I was in my second year playing for the Saints, I actually started in the last preseason game, and it was a great feeling running out the tunnel when they call your name out. It's a great feeling. If we're not having that fourth game, what game? And they use that fourth game also to kind of rest the starters to get them healthy. So if we don't have that fourth game anymore, how are they going to handle that going into – because the first 2 games, the team is going to be rusty, right? They're going to be rusty. They're going to be getting some cobwebs off. They're going to be working on timing. They're going to be working on the different techniques, working on certain things. Now, are they going to sit out that third preseason game to rest up for the regular season?
Yeah, that's what's just throwing me off.
Yeah, that's are they going to rest up? Like how? Like, because we can't use that first regular season game to sit down your starters. So it's just one of those things they're going to have to kind of figure out. Probably play the first game, and then the second game, just have the starters play majority of the game. Like, have them play majority of the game to work on their time as much as possible. And then the third game, probably let them play one series and sit them down. I don't know how they're going to do it. But, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, this is apparently the first schedule change to the NFL since, I believe, 1978, Back when it was when they went from the 14 game to the 16 game season. So I'm curious to see how it's gonna pan
that's
out.
When they wasn't getting paid anything. That's when they weren't getting paid anything.
And for that 17th game, it's going to be Lions at Broncos. For you Lions fans out there, they're going to be traveling out to Denver. Hopefully, we're able to, for me, hopefully the Lions are able to do some business with Denver in this upcoming draft.
Do we have the schedule to put up? Can you put the schedule up? See what you can do, Alex. We'll just talk amongst ourselves.
But about this, while we're still talking about football, you were like saying, weren't here for minutes. We got to get the football mind of things.
Yeah.
Lions, the number 7 pick. Everything is still, kind of playing itself out. The draft is less than a couple of weeks away, and with the 7th pick, there's rumors of the Lions either taking a Penei Sewell, Jamar Chase, and now even Kyle Pitts has come on the radar.
Yeah.
Who are you looking at?
I don't think Kyle. I don't even think Pitts is gonna be there.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be there. And like my pick still hasn't changed. I think we still need to go get a receiver. Like I still think that. We talked about Trey Lance coming up, and I talked to a few of my friends that are quarterbacks in the league, and some of them like him, some don't. Just because of his technique and his wasted motion when he drops back into his stance, just the way his footing is, and they were able to lay it down to how that wasted motion, wasted time, that won't fly in the NFL. Now it'll fly, it'll fly in college, but
and real quick, not to cut you off, we got the schedule up right there.
We got the schedule up.
So you can
without
add the
the
Broncos.
so.
Okay.
I have the with this schedule, I have the Lions actually going 8-9.
You have them going 8-9.
Yeah. I got them going 8-9. If you want me.
Okay. I also want you to realize this.
Okay.
I have them winning. I have them winning 6 games. I have them winning 6 games.
Mm-hmm.
Anything above that, I would be surprised. And it's not because I think it's just with the talent level that we have, I think 6 games will be okay. And I love our coaching staff. I feel like we won the coaching draft. We won that. We won that draft, right? When I think we're going to have players who are going to come in, who are going to respect this coaching staff because they've been there, they've done that, and they've not only as a player, but not only as a coach, but also as a player, right?
Yeah.
And so you have guys here that who has successful careers that are coming in and giving you information that's going to help you succeed, and you're going to respect it that much more because they've been in, I had a running back coach by the name of Curtis Monkins, who I respected everything about him because I know he's played, and he was very intelligent when it came to the game. And I had other coaches, I'm not going to say their names, who they were X's and O's. So just give me the play and shut up. Like, give me the play. I respect you as a coach, but like when we're out there on that field, you don't know what it's like. You don't know how it's moving. You just looking at X's and O's. So I'm gonna respect you as a coach. But when I'm out there on the field, let me do what got me here. Let me do it. And so that's kind of how I felt about some guys, about some coaches. But yeah, I have them going 6-11.
Woo.
Yeah, 6-11. All right. And I also want you to realize this: we have a tendency to play down to our competition. So
do you think that still carries over with the new coaching regime, or is that just the Lions thing?
It's a show me thing. If we're not, I can only go off your last game.
Yeah.
I can only go off your last season. I can only go off your past decade. And for the past decade, we've been playing down to our competition. And then when we play a good team, we play better. Right. Now, that's only sometimes.
And why is that? Because the thing is, it's like it carries over from coach to coach.
It's consistency, though. It's a culture thing.
Culture, okay.
It's a culture thing. And that's what I love what Sheila Ford is doing. She's changing the culture of this Lions organization. And when I spoke with her, I don't know if you caught this episode, but when we spoke for a good 10 to 15 minutes, just me and her at this luncheon. and she was giving me her vision on the team, and then she also gave me the scenario of when her family promoted her or voted for her to take over and be the person to come in and take over for her mother. And so she said that the only way that she would want to come in and do it is she can really put her fingers and dig deep and get into the nitty gritty and do it how she wanted to do it. And they gave her their blessing, and she took it, and she came in and she's doing it the way she wants to do it. And one thing I love about what she said is that she said, listen, I wanted to do things differently. And if it doesn't work, I'm not afraid to say it doesn't work and wipe the slate clean and start over. I love that. That's no ego.
Would you have loved to suit up for this current regime?
I would have loved to shoot up for this new regime with the team that we had in 2014.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Yes, I would.
Because y'all was loaded.
Yeah, with this new regime, with the team we had in 2014, and I don't know Dan Campbell, but Jim Caldwell is head coach too. So either or.
Oh, I already know Jim. I mean,
either or.
I already know how y'all feel about Jim Caldwell. I looked at a few players, social media, such as like Stephen Tulloch, Glover Quinn, few of those guys to this day, they're still saying, like, for Jim Caldwell, I would run through a wall for this man today. And I think when Stephen Tulloch said he taught you guys a lot about the game of being a man, not just about football.
Yeah, he taught us a lot about being a man. And he was big on quotes. He was big on high cost for low living, And I'll give you a perfect example of high cost for low living. Paul Pierce situation. It's a high cost for low living. He will have a scenario where he will have a list of, I think it was 4 or 5 things. It was 4 or 5 things, and usually those 4 or 5 things, when somebody had a high cost of low living, it was something in this realm of these 5 things that they're in trouble for. Out past 2 in the morning. Drinking, doing drugs, women, and I think it was one more. Thing. And whenever someone got in trouble, one of those things fell in that category and why they got in trouble. And so we'll have these things every team meeting on Wednesday, and so enough, somebody will always do something to get in trouble, and then it will always be one of those things in it. Or I think he might have had gambling in there. I could be wrong, but we'll have these conversations, and you learn a lot just about life. You learn how to deal with certain situations. Like I'll give you a perfect example. We started off the 2015 season. I think we started off 1-7. And we went into we were going to London that year in the middle of the season. So I think our game 8 was in London, and so 8 or 9 was in London. And so we leave for bye week, or we go to London and we go on the bye week after that. And I remember us losing that game in London, coming back, and we were 1-7. And we had a talk as a team, and he said, listen, 1-7, this is not hard. We dug ourselves a hole. We can dig ourselves out. I want you guys to be successful, I want you guys to be successful not for me, but for you. I'm good. I got enough money to pay a king's ransom. All right, that's what he said. I got enough. I want you guys to be successful for you. I want you guys to get as much money as you can and be successful while you're here. He said, you guys want to do something hard? The hardest thing you ever have to do in your life is a marriage. And that's what he said. He said, it's going to be the hardest thing you ever have to do. This right here, cake. And what did we do? We turned around. We finished the last 8 games. We went 6-2, and we very well could have went 8-0, but they want to call a ghost face mask on Devin Taylor, on Aaron Rodgers, when he did not even touch his face at all. It gave them an opportunity to throw a Hail Mary on the next play. It gave them a first down. And I believe that was on 4th down. They shouldn't have gotten another play. And they throw a Hail Mary and they catch it. We could have called a better defensive play. We learned from it. We moved on to the next week. Played the Rams the following week. That game kind of trickled into that game. And we ended up losing that game as well. But we won out after that. Finished the season 7-9. And so
you just brought that up, man. I just started tearing up, man.
Yeah,
I'm just like every line. It's just all of those Lions misery moments. Just they stick with me. I'm just like, I gotta start watching my facial expressions. But yeah, that was great. Just to kind of go and pivot into something else real quick. Mm-hmm. The one topic I want to really get on you and Alex about, because I gotta hear y'all opinions on this. May. It's going to be May. The Justin Timberlake, y'all be doing the Justin Timberlake meme. It's coming up.
All right.
NASCAR season. Are NASCAR drivers athletes?
Yeah, they're considered athletes.
Really?
Yeah, they're considered athletes.
I see, I'm going to be honest. I don't think they are. I don't think in NASCAR, I don't think.
Shut up.
What?
Shut up.
They're not
yes, they are athletes.
They're not. Okay, what athletic ability do you need to be able to drive well?
So just because they're driving, they're not athletes. They have to do everything we have to do as athletes. They're sitting behind a car for 4 to 6 hours driving 180 miles per hour at high speeds with a split second can kill them. That's one of the most dangerous sports out there. And then if you even look at some of these other athletes, all right? Nah, I'm not going to say other athletes. I'm going to say other NASCAR drivers. Some of these guys are doing triathlons. Are people running triathlon? Are they not athletic?
No, they're athletic.
Athletic?
Yeah.
Okay. Because it's like a fad now that a lot of NASCAR drivers are doing triathlons. I mean, we can, Michael, let me see, Michael Walter, he started in 2011. Jimmy Johnson. Who else we have? Trevor Bayne. You have Blake Cooch. Josh Wise. I mean, that's just we have more people. People are running triathlons, man. So these are athletes. Driving a car with 3 times the G-force, driving behind a car with the arms and moving it, and they have to be in control the entire time. It's not like my Tesla; it can't drive itself. NASCAR, they can't drive.
I think that's a skill. I think it's skill involved, and I don't think you. When I think, okay, for me, when I think of a sport, I think you have to have some type of.
So is bowling a sport, or is that a skill?
I think for me, I consider bowling just skill. Okay. I know some people consider it a sport.
Okay, so isn't football just having skill?
You have to have some type of athletic ability, though, to play.
You got to have some type of coordination and athletic ability to bowl. That's coordination is part of.
You need coordination. I think you need coordination, but I don't think you need to be an athlete.
Coordination. You got to have coordination to be an athlete. What's up, Fish?
You guys think cheerleading's a sport?
Yep.
I'm not touching that one.
Yep. Cheerleading is a sport.
No, Alex, you felt
competitive. Cheerleading is a sport.
Okay.
Competitive cheerleading. Now I don't want to. I went to. Listen, man. I went to a school where I did not see not one of our cheerleaders do a backwards flip. I wouldn't consider doing a toe touch being athletic. I'm sorry. Now, you're doing competitive cheering when they throwing you in the air and you flipping and they catching you and they throwing you 10 feet plus in the air and all. Like, I would consider you an athlete. Are you throwing people up in the air 10 feet? Are you People throwing you up in the air 10 feet. Are you holding two girls up in the air with one hand? Can you do that?
Cheerleading, I leave alone. I believe it. At the end of the day, it is a sport.
I would consider competitive cheerleading a sport.
Do you consider chess a sport?
No, I won't consider that a sport. I would consider that a skill. And you need no coordination. It's just a mind game. That's just like saying checkers is a sport.
Yeah. I kind of like. I mean, I don't know. I'm just of the minority that,
you know, darts. I wouldn't consider that a sport, but for some reason, cornhole. I wouldn't consider that a sport. But hey, they call it's a skill.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just a hater of NASCAR because I just don't feel like it takes any type of. When I think of sport, I think of an athletic
like
ability.
Have you consider bowling a sport?
No, I consider just bowling.
Skill?
Chess. So what?
Chess, a sport.
Skill.
Darts, cornhole.
Skill.
Have you done those?
Yeah.
Done all of them? Have you ever drove a NASCAR?
Take it back. I haven't done. I don't play chess because I just get my ass kicked.
Okay, but you played it before.
Yeah.
So you done it. Have you ever drove a NASCAR?
Nope.
So how can you say it's not a sport if you never done it?
I've never played baseball. What does that mean?
Well, is baseball a sport for you?
I consider it a sport.
Okay, you consider it a sport. Why do you consider it a sport?
Because you need to be an athlete. You need to have some athletic ability to do it.
What type of athletic ability? Swinging a bat?
Oh, come on! You got to be. It's more than just catching the, swinging the bat. Being able to stretch out and catch home balls from going over the.
I played baseball, so I understand you have to be an athlete. But I also drove an NASCAR before, and I understand that's hard too. But how can you have an opinion of something you've never done?
Hey,
that's what I'm saying.
Touche.
I'm just saying. Touche. Do you guys agree to comments? Do you guys agree?
It's just me personally. It is my personal opinion. I just don't feel like all right.
And exactly, it's an opinion. It's not a fact because you never done it.
When I get ready to watch a sport, I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch this sport. I want to watch Joik Bell run. I want to watch Tiger Woods.
Have you been to a NASCAR race?
I watched it. I've never been.
Daytona? Anything?
Nah.
Have you a Grand Prix? No.
Grand Prix, yeah.
Did you see what at Baligian?
Yeah.
Now that's not cool. You won't consider that a sport? So you think you can go out there and drive and do what they do?
With practice?
You can do anything with practice.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you're gonna be a professional. A lot of people practice baseball. That don't mean they're gonna go to the MLB. A lot of people practice football. Don't mean they're going to the NFL. A lot of people practice hooping, but that don't mean a lot of people play pickup games.
I just don't think it takes any type of like I said again for me, sports. When I consider sports, I consider like you're training. You're getting your athletic. You're using athletic ability combined with the skill.
So you got to go to the weight room. Basically, if you only have to use the weight room, you're not an athlete.
Not
so you don't think NASCAR drivers go to the weight room? You don't think they work out?
They might work out. They might be in fitness, but I don't think I don't think that all of them are working out to be a NASCAR driver. That might just be a part of their lifestyle. Because I've seen some fat NASCAR drivers. I've seen some big ones.
So you never seen any fat football players? The refrigerator.
But he's still an athlete.
How you know they're not athletes as NASCAR drivers?
What I'm talking about is when you're driving, I don't think any of that athleticism is being used while you're sitting behind the wheel.
Yeah, when you know how many reps you doing back there when you turning that wheel and you hitting the gas, you got that G-force hitting you times 3x. Like you don't think that's 3x more than a normal person?
Hey, like I said, I gotta go ahead and go get myself on the track.
You gotta go get yourself on the track.
What you got, Alex?
So I actually used to be a huge fan of NASCAR, and most of the races are like 500 miles, anywhere from 400 to 600 miles. Now, say we were to leave the studio right now and do a 500-mile road trip, we're probably going to make about 2 to 3 stops. Part of the argument about whether or not they're athletes is their endurance. They're in that car for 500 straight miles, not moving at all, sweating their ass off, working the wheel back and forth. That's
usually 100
that's the
degrees.
athletic part of it.
Usually 100 degrees plus in that car, sweating profusely.
Yeah.
The whole time. Yeah, they're athletes, man. They're athletes. You got to think the training they have to do before they even get to the race. Like, what type of training are they doing like before the race? Do we have that knowledge? Do we have that?
They definitely have like driving simulators. I mean, and they do weight training, and I can attest that like a lot of them, like Jimmy Johnson, I was a huge fan of. He was a really avid biker, so they do a lot of other sports to keep themselves in shape.
You know what I'm gonna do? I have a couple of friends in North Carolina that work with NASCAR. I'm gonna see if they can hook me up with me going on there and getting some type of training. Or do like a test drive or something like that.
No, test drive. Go out there and do 500 miles. Do 500 miles, and drive the whole time, and only stop for the pit. Like, how do they use the bathroom?
They probably don't.
They don't.
They don't.
Nope.
I think they have bags that they have connected to their legs that they can.
Oh, it's no. Now, I would say that's some damn good skill if you can piss while driving 500 miles that fast. Now that's a skill.
Now, it is driving, right? All that's a skill. Is that athletic ability though?
Hold on, Steve Brown says I can go. So Steve Brown, I can go to Vegas and go to get a lap in. Because if so, I mean, I got to go to Vegas anyway to get my first Vegas visit. So
yeah,
might as well.
You know, I'm gonna go out to Vegas. You know what's funny? I'm going out to Vegas next month for a cousin's trip. So me and all my cousins, we all put it together, and we will be in Vegas next month for a cousin's trip. It's gonna be live.
You're not gonna put it on social media, are you?
Probably so. It's me and my cousins.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
Again, I don't want to be a hater.
It's a high cost for low living, but
high cost for low.
Yeah, it's a high cost for low living.
I'm about to check on what Blake just dropped in the chat because that seems to be interesting. Central Michigan fired their men's basketball coach. I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna look that up right now.
Look it up right now.
If Alex, if you see anything else on that, please throw that up. But yeah, that's some breaking news for you right there.
And just so you understand that when they're driving these NASCARs, they're going anywhere between 170 to 200 miles per hour. Like consistently. So I just want you to understand that when you need cars driving, how fast that really is. Like, what's the fastest you've ever driven?
Oh, okay, I know. The fastest I've ever driven was probably around 110, 120.
That's cool.
And then that thing is, cool. You know what the irony is? Because I'm talking all this crap about NASCAR, I had the Dale Earnhardt Monty.
Yeah, what?
The Dale Earnhardt Monty, the Monte Carlos. Okay,
oh, the Monte Carlo, yeah,
the Monte Carlo. I had the Dale Earnhardt version of the Monte Carlo, and I drove. I'll tell you why I was driving that fast. I don't want to put anybody's business out there, but I got a text message that I was not pleased with, so I got from Ann Arbor to Wayne State's campus in like 25 minutes. I was pissed.
Yeah.
I probably should not have made it the way and how fast I was driving.
Yeah. So how far is that? So have you driven like from here to like Kalamazoo?
Yeah, I've driven that, made that drive.
Yeah. So how long is that drive?
That's about like 2.5 hours.
2.5. All right. So think Ben Harbor's like a half an hour, 35. I would say 35 minutes past that. So I remember when I got drafted. I went as an unsigned free agent, and my mother put together this big draft thing for me back home that started at 6. I didn't leave Detroit until 6:15. Until 6:15. That's when we left here at 6:15, and I wasn't driving. And my cousin got me there in an hour and 45 minutes. And
y'all was floating.
An hour and 45 minutes, he got me from Detroit to Ben Harbor. I'll never forget it because we had to time it. And I got there 2 hours late. I got there right at 8 o'clock. Right at 8 o'clock.
Y'all had to be, y'all had to be
right at 8
floating.
o'clock. And I was so hot about not getting drafted, and that's the most stressful time for an athlete, especially a football player, is
sitting around waiting.
Yeah, and then not getting a call, and then and then going through a bunch of stuff, and now people want to throw you a party and they want you to come down, but in your mind you don't feel like you don't feel successful. Like, I'm in it, but this is not the way I want to get in it. But I was looking at it the wrong way. I had an opportunity to come in and make a name for myself, and I did. And so after a while, she kind of understood how I was feeling at the time. I was young and immature, but got there and had a great time. It was a great time. So,
here real quick before we get out of here, I got the news up. Yes, Central Michigan did indeed fire their men's basketball coach, Keno Davis, after 9 years with the team. His record with them was 142 and 143. The athletic director, Amy Folan, said, "I'm extremely grateful to Keno for the impact he has made on our student athletes and the greater CMU community. Decisions like this are always difficult. However, after spending the last few months evaluating all aspects of our program, I believe it is necessary and appropriate to make a change in leadership at this time to achieve the goals we have for men's basketball." They went 7-16 this year and 3-13 in the conference. So there it is.
Hey, look at that. 142, 143 record, not good enough. But probably made some big impacts on those kids.
Made a big impact and is going to get a $400,000 buyout per reports. But hey, I need to go out and go make $400,000, so I'm going to go do that on this hot afternoon. And Joy, nice joining you. See you again tomorrow, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow too on Baligian and Bell. You guys have a great afternoon.